Well, more and more shoppers are seeking out deals after years of rising prices and interest rates, and it appears many Americans are flocking to Walmart. The retail giant, released its second quarter earnings this morning. Results show Walmart's U.S. sales increased 4.2% last quarter, with a total revenue of $169 billion. So for more on this, I want to bring in Kristin Myers. She is the editor-in-chief of ETF.com, and she joins me here in Studio 57. So I have to say, I am not shocked, because I feel like we've had this conversation before, that more and more people are shopping, at the, what do you call them, discount retailers, or what would you call Walmart?
I would definitely call that more of a discount retailer. You're seeing, you know, your Walmarts, your Targets. Actually, I kind of slipped out and said Amazon, but Amazon is also somewhere we're seeing people like go to for their grocery, for example. We were chatting, obviously, just a couple seconds ago about how some shoppers are getting more and more budget conscious, but the wealthy, you know, that don't need to necessarily be as budget conscious are continuing to spend, but they are also becoming more budget conscious. And so you're actually seeing them also go to your places like Lidl, the dollar store, all of those places. We've seen massive numbers of folks that you would think would continue to buy on things like luxury goods. They're also heading to those same stores for grocery items and for other things.
Interesting. So, you know, we keep complaining about inflation, but we keep spending no matter what the sticker says. Can we expect other major retailers to, see some gains this quarter?
It should happen. I mean, I don't think that we're going to see that evenly across the board. Even within retail sales, they did see numbers tick down for appliances, electronics, for example, used cars. These tend to be volatile categories anyway. But we did see less and less spending there on some of those big box items, those big ticket items. But as you're mentioning, really, this is part of the reason why the U.S. economy has remained so strong. I don't know if everyone knows this, but 70% of the U.S. economy is literally based on retail spending. So when we go out there and continue to spend, we continue to keep the U.S. economy afloat. I have personally been doing, I think, my part with all of the shopping that I have maintained over the last couple of years. And so honestly, when U.S. Consumers go out and they continue to spend, we continue to see the U.S. economy continue to be strong. Right now, the focus is going to be on the labor market, where we are continuing to see a little bit of weakness. Labor numbers did come in. We saw some initial unemployment claims. They were actually lower, so that's going to be some good news for the markets there. But there has been some weakness in the labor market, and that's really why we've seen so much volatility in the markets lately, and all of this worries about recession over the last couple of weeks.
Overseas, they really sort of freaked out when they saw the numbers, but then everything sort of settled down. I mean, should we be concerned about a potential recession?
Listen, Bank of America came out and actually said we're not actually worried about a recession anymore. I don't know if we should really be too concerned about a recession happening tomorrow. The market is also not the economy, so even if you see the market all the way in the red, that does not mean we're headed to a recession. I think what this really means is that this is a good time for you to reduce your debt load. We have seen credit card debt continuing to be on the rise, probably in part because people continue to spend. This is a really good time for you to reduce your debt loads. A lot of people are still sitting on cash. This is about a time that investors are probably going to start thinking, hey, maybe I could start putting some of my money to work in the markets. And once we get those rate cuts in just a couple of weeks, we're going to see the markets head upwards
I like the way you're talking, Kristin.
I usually come here with bad news, and I feel like I have nothing but positive news to give you this morning.
We are all in favor of rate cuts. Thank you so much.
Of course.